Okay, to recap what I just did, because I just had the fan on and I wanted to keep air, painting. I used like a school bus yellow. This is a mixture I made up. And then also I used a bright orange. These are Sickens colors that I'm using, they're urethane. But now I'm going to take the airbrush. I know this is a little bit bigger project than an airbrush project. This is more of a painter's project, using paint guns, and I could use touch-up guns, but I'm going to go back to the airbrush now, do a little bit of red blend. I'm going to mix orange, black, and red together, and I'll kind of go around the bottom of the bellies. That's just something I do. But this is where we're at now. So now I'm going to mix up some red in an airbrush. Now I got a bright red. I'm just going to go around the tips. This is the red I'm using. Just going to blend out the end of the tips. Blend it down in the orange. We're going to take some of that orange mixture and we're going to put it in our airbrush here in a minute too. Now we've cleaned out our airbrush and put orange back in it. Now we'll go around with orange again and blend it back into the red. Now we're taking our orange mixture, adding some black to it. A little bit of the color that we did the pinstripe with. We'll add that to it a little bit. Put our fingers over the edge. Hold it and mix it up inside the cup. Now we got this color. We're going to go around all the edges, or the bottoms of the bellies. Half on the paper, half on the tape, half on the edge you want to paint. Alright, let's unmask the pinstripe and see what we got. Remember, we're just doing the pinstripe. But remember, we're just unmasking the outside lines right now. We're just doing the pinstripe. We'll make sure all the pinstripe's good and then we'll go from there. If it looks good, then we'll unmask the outside. We're just going for an old school hot rod flame. Okay, I'm feeling good about it. Let's see what we got. When you're masking up your flames, if you mask in one direction, it should all peel off in one section. I've seen people mask over here, then here, then this way, then back, and it's just horrible to take your tape off. But if you mask in one direction, your tape should come off all in one ball. Now I'll wipe it down with the waterborne cleaner. One last step I do is I go around all these edges and wipe off that edge, because that's where the white was up against it. And remember, make sure your hands are super clean before you do this technique. And just knock off that edge. You can do it with tack cloth, but it wants to smear it. So you just do it with your finger, knock that edge down, and then from that point, we'll go back in with waterborne cleaner and wipe it down one more time. Well, we got the flames done, all unmasked, got our pinstripe around them, got the old school look. Where we're at now is I'm going to take this and we'll put it inside my booth here, and I'm going to put 2 coats, possibly 3, 2 for sure, 2 coats of gloss clear on it. Then I'm going to let this set for 2 days. Then we're going to come back in, sand this flat, and once it's flat, I'm going to go ahead and flat clear the whole entire panel. Then we're going to repeat this process by masking the flames back off and doing the buffing. Like I say, this is a long process. I got about 6 hours into it so far, and I'm going to be clearing it here in a minute. But to do a whole car, complete car, like down the side, the fenders, the doors, you better have a weekend set aside, because this is going to take you a long time to do this process. Is it worth it in the end? I think it is. When you can't feel an edge and you're trying to figure out how that was done, I mean, it kind of sets you aside from everybody else. It kind of puts you at a different level. But that's up to you guys. I know the gas tanks, the bike fenders, all that, those are awesome. That's easy to do. This is a lot of work. So, just letting you know.